Hey everyone, how's it going? Memory here. This is going to be a follow-up video to the news video I put out a little bit ago for Season 3, or the sequel of Code Geass, however you want to put it. And joining me for this video, I have Miles, or Professor Anime. Say what's up, bro.
What's going on, guys?
Pretty much in this video, we're just going to be talking about the end of Code Geass Season 2, and we're going to be talking about Lelouch still being alive in this sequel. It's pretty much been confirmed, and a lot of people are kind of mixed on it. A lot of people are on the fence about this whole sequel idea as a whole anyway. So we're going to kind of talk about it and break it down. And the first thing that I want to tell you all, in the video I did for the Season 3 announcement, I was on the Anime News Network article, and in that they had a little section. They said it was a spoiler, and to read it you had to highlight it. And in my video I said if you guys would like to go and highlight it. We're going to be pretty much talking about that hidden thing, that spoiler. So if you don't want to be spoiled, then don't even watch this, I guess, if you don't want to. But Code Geass is what, 10 years old, about 10 years old.
Yeah, this is the
exactly 10 years old.
Compilation films are going to be the 10th anniversary. That's why they're doing a third season.
Yeah, so in my eyes, if you haven't watched Code Geass yet, then that's your fault, honestly. I mean, 10 years to watch something. It's been out 10 years. I honestly think spoilers shouldn't be that big of a deal. But first, we're going to read this. Obviously, we know it's all been announced, the compilation movies, the sequel, but here's the line that I'm talking about right here. Miles can't see it because we're in Discord, but on Crunchyroll, this is where I'm at right now. Beyond that, the big news was planned for a Code Geass Lelouch the Resurrection anime set several years after Zero Requiem, which director Goro Taniguchi says stars a Lelouch who is alive and not an alternate version. And, of course, we still don't know the format, whether it's going to be a TV series, a full-length TV series, a movie, an OVA, a special. We really don't know yet. But from the director himself to confirm that Lelouch is indeed alive, that's big. And
Yeah.
I always had this thought in my mind, as well as I think a lot of people at the end of Season 2, of Code Geass. A lot of people thought Lelouch was alive. A lot of people thought he was dead. But as Miles actually showed me a little bit ago, I never saw the director's cut or the original Japanese version, from where Lelouch, I guess, is on the back of C2's or CC's cart. And one of my subscribers pointed this out to me as well. If you want to touch on that, Miles?
Yeah, okay, so I'm pretty sure the video that I sent Memory will be in the description down below,
Yeah.
but I think what made Code Geass so good for a lot of people out there is because many of us probably seen the dub, honestly. Many of us saw the dub,
I did.
and and the ending was left to interpretation, whether he would be alive or whether he would be dead. However, in the original Japanese version of Code Geass, we actually see CC on the back of the cart, and there's someone driving the cart who is in fact Lelouch, as the camera actually pans to his face. His eyes are covered, but you can tell it's Lelouch because just due to his facial
Pointy
structure.
His
He has
pointy
the
ass
pointy
chin.
the pointy chin, he looks exactly the same as Lelouch. Even the hair is still there.
Who else would it be?
Yeah, and even the director stated, Goro Taniguchi said that he is in fact alive. So this just even proves that he was still alive.
Yeah. And here's where I think maybe some people were thrown off with the title of it, the resurrection of Lelouch, or the revival of Lelouch, Fukatsu no Lelouch. When they say resurrection, here's kind of how I interpreted it. Because in Code Geass, Lelouch pretty much ditches who he is. He ditches Lelouch, and he takes the persona of Zero, and he becomes Zero. And now at the end of Season 2, when he pretty much passes that persona on to Suzaku, he's pretty much back as himself. He's reviving. He's coming back as Lelouch, not Zero, in this third season. So that's kind of how I interpret it. I don't know how you kind of see that, Miles, but like how I see it, it's just like he
Yeah,
he
I mean, yeah,
he's ditching Zero. He passes it on to
right.
Suzaku. He's coming back. He's being resurrected. Not technically like coming from the ground, but he's coming back as Lelouch, not Zero. And since this is going to take place several years after what's going on with Britannia now, what's going on with Suzaku, what's going on with Nunnally, what's going on with Jeremiah, what's going on with C2. Obviously, we saw at the end of season 2 in that director's cut or the Japanese version, she's with Lelouch. What's going on with Colin? There's still a lot more to touch on, I think, with Code Geass. Like,
Right.
all of Lelouch's actions, what have they resulted in? Like what is going on now with Britannia, with everything? Because the whole world was shook up by the events that played out in the 2 seasons, especially at the end of season 2. So it brings up a lot, and I know a lot of people are on the fence about this because of we've had sequels that were really unneeded, and the prime example I use is Eureka 7 AO. Eureka 7 was done. There was nothing else to touch on. There literally was nothing. And they came out with Eureka 7 AO. There were all these problems. It was supposed to be like 50-something episodes, but they ended up cutting it in half, and it ended at like 23 or 24. The last 2 episodes were delayed. There were a lot of problems with Eureka 7 AO, and it was trash. So I'm kind of like, there's that thought in the back of my head that it could turn out really bad. It could ruin what was the perfect ending, one of the greatest endings of an anime at the end of season 2. And it could just be like, it could throw all that away, in a sense. And just kind of, like, I know some people see Eureka 7 AO as like it doesn't exist, but it'll always be there. That may be the deal with this, but how I've been approaching it, I'm being optimistic. It's more Code Geass. We're going to see our characters back, and supposedly Lelouch is alive and back. So I'm interested to see how they work with it. How are they going to go from how it left off with what it appeared to be Lelouch dying and then move into him being alive in the 3rd season,
Yeah, at this given moment in time, we don't really know what Lelouch's role in this 3rd season or movie is going to be like. Like as Memory said, it's the second coming of Lelouch.
Mm-hmm.
He's being reborn in the sense of not, of possibly being another terrorist or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
but of, just giving rebirth to himself. He's coming back to probably, the world's probably going to be in trouble due to some other, terroristic organization, and maybe we might see Lelouch, fight that organization. And as we know, the way on how season 2 ended, a lot of people hated Lelouch because of how many people died in the process. He was a terrorist, he was looked down upon in society. However, he went down as a hero who actually bettered the world. And maybe this is like some sort of redemption story for Lelouch. We don't know.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting. I mean, it could totally flop. It could be really damn good. I'm hoping for a full-length 25-episode TV series. Honestly, I would love to see that. I would probably straight up say now it would be my anime of the year if it happened to be a full-length 25-episode TV series. And Lelouch is there, and everybody's there. And 2017 is looking to be crazy. We have like Attack on Titan, Blue Exorcist, we have like the remake of Legend of the Galactic Heroes. We have a lot of stuff coming out in 2017, and even more than what I just named there, a lot more that a lot of people are looking out for. I think like Heaven's Feels coming out in 2017. There's a lot of shit that we can look out for. Hopefully Steins Gate Zero as well. But this just adds on to it, the hype. This is probably, like my boy Sun Wukong said, one of the biggest announcements, if not the biggest announcement we've got in the past 2 or 3 years. And we've had some crazy-ass announcements in the past 2 or 3 years. And, this isn't one of those freaking what are they called? Pachinko machines or
Oh
some
yeah,
shit.
Pachinko machines,
Yeah,
yeah.
like the fucking Gurren Lagann thing we had. It was like Gurren Lagann teasing a new project or some shit with they had the countdown on the website. This isn't any of that. It's been confirmed that we're getting a sequel of Code Geass, and it has me hyped. It really does, and I was not expecting this at all. I just woke up this morning and it was there. Let me and Miles know what you think of the news, what you think of Lelouch being alive, because I didn't think he'd come out and confirm it straight like that. I thought he'd maybe leave it up to the viewers still, like it has been.
Hmm.
But he straight out came out and said that Lelouch is going to be alive in this third season. It's no alternate universe, no alternate anything. It's not an alternate version of him. It's straight up Lelouch. So, yeah, that's
Straight up
mainly
a continuation.
that's mainly what this video was all about. Just pretty much showing and saying that Lelouch is 100% confirmed alive. He's going to be alive in this third season of Code Geass, and pretty much a little bit touching on the end of season 2 and going into this third season. And I'm definitely going to be doing more videos over Code Geass just because I'm so passionate about it, and I've never been able to cover it before because of course I didn't watch it when it came out or anything like that. I wasn't making videos when it came out. So yeah, anything else you want to add, Miles, at all?
No,
All
no,
right.
I think we're good, dude.
All right, that's about it. Let us know your thoughts. Definitely go subscribe down. Miles' link will be down below. Excuse me. Definitely go subscribe to him. He does anime, manga content, just like I do here. He's an awesome dude, and you'll like his content. So, yeah, that's about it, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.
Peace.